How's it going? It's Fred Hinton. Yeah. It's time. It's time for you to come out. It's time for you to come out of that dark season. It's time for you to come out of that wilderness season. It's time for you to come out of that season of you didn't know what was going on. Yeah, it's time. God says it's time for you to come out. You done been quiet when you should have been speaking. You were speaking when you should have been quiet. How you know it's time? Because now God is making sense of when you thought he was rejecting you, he was redirecting you. Now you're starting to see where he's redirecting you to. Now you're starting to see why the bad things happen to you, and now how you able to work them for your good. You find yourself talking about what happened to you that used to hurt you, and now you able to minister from that. So that's how you know it's time for you to come out. You got peace that passes all understanding. When other people may know your situation and know your business, and they're saying, is that such and such? Is that him? Is that her? And you like, yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm still standing. Yeah, that's me. That God's grace looks very good on me. I have a glow that God kept me through my situation. God kept me from falling. I may have stumbled, but I didn't fall, and I'm back up. Don't get it twisted, because I know you thought that was the end of my story, the end of my life. But truth be told, that was just a chapter in my life, and now I'm ready to come out. One of my favorite movies growing up was Superman, because when things got out of control, they said, this is a job for Superman. What you was going through was a job that only Jesus can fix, that it was something that only God can orchestrate, only God can fix it. That individuals that walked in and out of your life that you thought you couldn't make it without them, but that individual that was irritating, was annoying to your life, and God gave you the grace to get through day in and day out, and now you still standing. Yeah, it's time to come out. It's time to let others know about that testimony. It's time for you to tell that testimony that you didn't tell nobody else. That testimony that they really wouldn't believe it if you told it. But now it's time for you to be an overcomer with your testimony, because you have went from victim to overcomer, and now you are a survivor. Yeah, it's time. It's time. It's time for you to step out of that season. It's time for you to take and hold of what God has for you. You've been standing on the promise. You've been waiting in God, and now it's time for you to take hold to those things. That faith you've been walking in, of the things that you were hoped for, the things that you couldn't see, but now God is making it all clear to you. So now it's time for you to jump into it. Now it's time for you to take control of it. Now it's time for you to live it. Now it's time to just let everybody know. This is the reason why I was still praising in the midst of my situation. This is the reason why I kept my head up. This is the reason why I kept praising God. This is the reason why I didn't lose my mind, because I kept my mind on what God had for me, that I looked to the hills of where my help came from. Now is the time to step out of the boat and take hold to what God has given you.